Three dumb motherfucking cunts talking fucking shit. And then we start by saying, I came myself the other day, and then we all laugh.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
Shit, why'd that pop me so hard? You posted something in the Chuck Lesnar club at fucking like 7 or like 6:53 a.m. or something like that. I was like, "Frog, go the fuck to sleep."
I did. I forgot about that actually.
I'm saying,
I
dude.
was, okay, there's a toe in there. Thanks.
It was at 5:23 for me. There
That's
you go.
messed. And you were still awake then. Like you would have been just probably getting into bed. So
Yeah, I was excited watching John Moxley make out with Effie
all right, well,
for like
I haven't seen it. So
for like 20 seconds straight.
20 seconds. That's longer
Yeah,
than
he
I last.
mouthed him for 20 seconds.
Jesus.
I guess that's
I
the
was
talking
excited.
point on this pod, huh?
I mean, might as well talk about it now.
Yeah, we are.
Any smooches?
Yeah, well, we're talking about it, yeah.
It was.
I haven't
mouth to
seen
mouth.
it, so this is all
Moxley
just...
got into it, by the way. Give it a watch, Jordan.
Is it GCW?
I don't know what it was,
Let me scroll up. Hold up. Where is it?
but Moxley looked like he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's
I'm watching it
GCW
now.
Homecoming. All right, I'm opening
GCW
this.
Homecoming.
Where
There you
is
go.
it? I'm opening this. This could be wild.
Yeah, it might have got some sounds maybe.
Bro, that's just me down in a chalk top.
Oh my god, what the
Yeah.
hell? He actually. Oh, he's.
Yeah, he gets into it.
My man's went crazy.
I was very surprised when I saw that. I'm not gonna lie.
Is Mox still the champion, or is it fucking what's his name? Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder.
From what I know, Mox is the GCW champion, and I think he's doing a match next week against Nick Gage.
Isn't
where
it like a
it's,
title versus career or something?
Yeah, so this is
There you go.
possibly Nick Gage's last match because I highly doubt the AEW/GCW champion is gonna lose. So,
Unless there's like a
Never
run in
know.
or something.
right, it's GCW. Do you reckon they're gonna have run-ins? Is
Yeah.
that the WWE?
No, they did it.
Yeah,
They
they'll
do it all the
just
time
run
with
out with a-
Ryder, with Zack Ryder, with Matt Cardona. He always does run-ins with that fucking company, especially with Nick Gage. They hate each other. Well, like probably work skis,
True,
but
yeah.
shoot skis, it looks like they hate each other too. It's
I
wild.
think speaking of GCW, I think the Cardonas are having another marriage ceremony tonight. Is it tonight?
I think it
Or is
was
the same day.
I think it was today, and Matt Cardona got a pizza cutter to the head from Nick Gage.
Ah, I missed it.
And I'm sure it'll be
I was
all
actually
over
excited
social
to watch
media.
it. Yeah,
I think the
I'll,
reason I saw it is
probably
that
check it out.
Chelsea retweeted it, and I was like, "Whoa, that's wild." Anyway,
Why is she retweeting her husband getting beaten up? Hold on.
because he's making her money. That's why.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Money. That's a great start though. We've discussed GCW, which means now I can go into the next thing, which is, I guess this is our first point. This wasn't going to be my first point, but I guess this will be our first point. AEW. This is Frog's favorite because he hates
I
this
love
company.
What do you
He
mean? I
hates this
love it.
company.
It's my favorite, dude.
Our topic this week,
AEW, let's go.
or our first topic this week, if anyone's ever been in a stream or either of our streams or any of our streams, I should say, when Frog's doing or Frog is around for a watch along for AEW, he's not a big fan of AEW. It's not because the company is not his flavor. It's just because the wrestling is legitimately pretty average. Let's be honest. So
I'm gonna say it's not the company that I dislike. It's just some of the wrestlers that are signed to that company that I dislike.
yeah, it's not necessarily okay, it is Tony Khan, but it's not necessarily like you don't have a problem with the matches of like Daniel Bryan or Brian Danielson versus Kenny
I don't
Omega.
have a
Like
problem with that at all. Like the matches they put on are fantastic. I think it has one of the highest, the wrestling there is legitimately better than WWE and anywhere else. Honestly,
and then you
like,
get
it's
Jade
always a
Cargill.
classic.
Oh, stop
Until
that.
someone like Jade Cargill comes out, or I used to like. Oh, I still like Thunder Rosa, but when she wears that like sandbagging shirt that I spoke about last week, like,
Yeah,
it just
Bro, isn't
throws me
she?
off.
She's a face, right?
supposed to be.
Yeah,
She's a face, and she's wearing a sandbagging t-shirt, which is basically just referencing how she just shit fucks the match with people and makes them look bad.
I think she's
Nice.
turning now because they did that whole thing with Statlander's knee injury. Now Tony Storm's number one
Yeah.
contender, and Tony's obviously a face. So I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, I guess we'll find out this week. But yeah, look, it's not great. AEW, it's in a weird position. The topic we want to talk about here, the first one for the podcast. And by the way, welcome back. We didn't even throw that in there, but hello.
hi.
This is week 3. Nice, kind of clean. We're on time too. Wow, or kind of, but still. Anyway,
We are on time. What are you on about?
AEW struggling to pull in ratings. They're resorting to blood, a lot of blood, by the way, but blood and returns/cheap pops constantly. I mean, we had the CM Punk return, which I guess was kind of cool, and it needs to happen because he's the actual champion. Mox is the interim champion, but like each week is a return or a pop or like a cheap kind of little heat thing they get going, and there's always blood. Every single week there's blood. Apparently there's issues now with TNT saying they don't want that much blood, and the TNT Championship might be taken off the screen and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know what's happening there, but how does AEW get themselves out of this rut to now compete with Triple H's WWE? Like, what do they do? Like, good luck, first of all, but what do you do? Like, you're using ex-WWE talent in your main events pretty much constantly, and your homegrown talent is not really being used at all. They've got a lot of injuries. That's one thing, but like, bro, you're doing a trios title thing now too. Sure, that's pretty cool, but you've just used up 95% of your roster by doing that. So your main event scene has to be Punk and Mox. We don't want to see that.
I think they're just like overconfident for too long. You know, Vince never gave a shit. Triple H wasn't really able to do much because of Vince, and AEW was kind of just racking up people who got fired, taking advantage of that, putting on matches and kind of being like the alternative to WWE while bragging about being better. Then Triple H makes wrestling kind of interesting at the moment. And I guess they're kind of just like, they don't know what to do. They're hoarding talent. They're kind of just booking what people kind of wanted to see. Now WWE is actually doing things. I think they're kind of caught off guard. Like,
It feels like they're running that monopoly like Vince was with, or like Triple H and Vince were with NXT and Raw, right? Like, he has this entire massive roster for 2 shows. And I wouldn't even really call Rampage a show. It's kind of like, it's an hour, isn't it? Or maybe it's 2 hours, but I think it's an hour.
Something like that.
And it's just...
Rampage is an hour.
Yeah, like, that's not long enough for a roster of like 90 plus people that don't get booked per week. I didn't know what was happening with Athena until she ran out and saved Madison Rayne this past week, and I didn't even know Madison Rayne had a match for the championship because that happened on Dynamite as well. Like, what? Tony, you gotta put your finger out, brother, because this company is it's struggling a little bit with competing at the moment. It used to compete with NXT and it'd beat it because NXT is the baby brand of WWE, right? And that's fair enough. It probably will always beat NXT just given the fact that it was the new thing and the in thing. Now I think with the no long-term storytelling, and then when it is long-term storytelling, it's fucking Jericho's rematch clause from 2 years ago.
Oh my god. That's
yeah,
so
like
annoying.
what? Like, don't get me wrong, that match was actually pretty good, and the whole Lionheart thing was awesome. But why do you need Jericho and Mox back in the title scene again? Surely they have some homegrown talent they can put in there.
Should've
Like,
just given it the Jungle Boy or something, man.
legit,
Come on.
even Luchasaurus is better than watching Jericho in that match. Like, we've seen Jericho. Jericho took the belt when the company first started, and he was the established champion there for a while. You don't need him to go back for it, and even if he wasn't going to win, which he didn't, we didn't need to see it. Like, there was no point. I don't know. It just feels like for some reason they keep going back to what they think is success, and this is what WCW did, and they went down the drain. We spoke about it last week with the TNA thing as well. Like, this is what makes people or makes companies go down the drain, is they think that they can take the ex-WWE names and go, hey, this works for them, it'll work for us. That's not the case. AEW fans are a different breed. Shout out to AEW fans, by the way, if you're listening. We're not shitting on your company. We're sorry. We like all wrestling, but we need to discuss the hot takes and the hot tags. Got them. So that was only a small topic that I wanted to bring up this week. The other two are much bigger, but we had to get that first one out of there saying AEW is struggling to pull in ratings because it ain't doing too well. It ain't doing too well. If you're an AEW fan, though, keep your head held high because it could get better. Obviously, this week we think Kenny Omega's back to save the Bucks, and that's a huge addition to that men's roster. They kind of need that. But the women's roster needs some help too. It's
I can't wait for the wrestling Twitter stands to come out, bro. Dude, did you see it, by the way, when CM Punk returned? And
Were
they're
they
like,
going
oh,
crazy?
you guys got Karrion Kross in the Gimp outfit versus, like, John Moxley and CM Punk on AEW. Like, come on, bro.
Yikes.
That's so messed up. Just be happy.
Yeah,
honestly.
once again, wrestling fans, I really wish they would just take this stance of like all wrestling is good wrestling. Like we can all enjoy
It is,
everything,
yeah.
you know? Like I don't watch much GCW, but if it was on today and I had an ability to watch it, I wasn't live streaming, I would have watched it, you know? Like it's wrestling.
100%.
Wrestling that's what I'm entertained by. I don't need to have an allegiance to a company or whatnot, but I guess some fans feel that way. I know, just quickly touching on that with that whole wrestling stand thing, some people on Twitter were going crazy because Naomi put a TikTok up and she's like, I got her back and she got my front and I got her back or something like that. And it's like her and Sasha. And everyone's like, oh, Sasha manipulated her to leave. Yeah, no, they didn't. Look at her TikTok.
Oh my god.
Bro, we don't know the full story. No one's ever going to know the full story, I don't think. So let's just all shut up and wait for him to return at Clash and win those women's championships back, huh? That'd be a nice thing to happen. Wrestling Twitter, shut up for once. Who would have thought?
No, they won't shut up. No matter what, bro. They'll always have something to say.
Yeah,
I try and stay away from the IWC on the Twitter because it's always just very weird. You know, you've got those Twitter accounts that just stand one person, and then some of them can be a bit over the top with that one person. And it's filled with like weird opinions. I know there's like weird Twitter accounts as well. There's like a Wrestle Cringe Twitter account or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's like, I didn't even know the point of that account. You disagree with someone, so it's cringe. I don't know.
Welcome to Twitter.
But that kind of summarizes the wrestling community, right? It's like WWE's better, and then all of a sudden that's now on Wrestle Cringe. Nice.
Yeah, straight up.
But I don't know. The thing is, right, and I'll admit I'm kind of in that bubble of only watching WWE, but that's just because like I don't really know when the other ones are on. I don't really pay that much attention to it. Like usually user streaming it, so I'm like, oh yeah, Raw's on today. Oh, SmackDown's on today. But like I don't purposely go out of my way and be like, oh, I'm not gonna watch these other shows because that's just dumb as shit to do because you're missing out on so many wrestlers. And I think like there are people that watch others, hence why like, you know, NXT was so big with bringing in people, and like you had Bobby Roode at the time in the crowd, and you had Drew McIntyre who was in WWE, sure, but made his name bigger outside of it, and all these people coming in because they were on the indies, because people watching other things. But it kind of just feels like since AEW's happened, people pretend like it's the only thing they watch. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know. People are weird. People are weird online.
That's a legitimate thing, though. Like we touched on it before, AEW being the new and fresh thing, so people wanted it, and we're like, "Oh, this is the fucking best thing since sliced bread." But now it's like 2-3 years old. Everyone's like, "Oh, well, this is kind of just 5-star matches over and over again. There's no storytelling." And while that's all, you know, well and fun, and like they're phenomenal athletes, like I need some kind of storylines here that's not about the Young Bucks trying to get Adam Page back, but he doesn't want to be their friend because Dark Order were there for him and they weren't. Like, fucking what? Am I watching Bold and the Beautiful? Come on, man. Vince wrote better stories than that shit. But I guess that's what happened when Tony Khan runs a company. Let's be honest. He is just a mark with money. I still stand by that. I stand by MJF's thing too. Fire me, you fucking mark. Because Tony Khan, he's bad for business, bro. He is bad for business. This is the perfect segue, so shout outs Jordan for that. That leads us straight into, we don't have graphics for this yet, but we'll get them. Dookies and Diamonds for this week. Yeah, that's right. An early Dookies and Diamonds. We're at 20 minutes into recording and Dookies and Diamonds comes up. I love that because we're probably going to have a lot to talk about with this topic coming up after it, but that's fine. I'm going to start with my diamond, to be honest, because I'm not going to give you the shit first, because if I give you the shit first, well, you're going to be like, well, now we don't care about the diamond. My diamond, ironically, again, is because of Triple H. Who would have thought? Wrestling's in a good spot. My diamond is 5 weeks usually feels too long for a pay-per-view build, or a premium live event build, I guess I should say now. Sorry, I'm a boomer. But under Triple H, it feels necessary, and he's building all matches. Legitimately, everything leading up to this Clash at the Castle feels like it's necessary and is on TV. We're getting Alexa and Asuka being used. Control, obviously, are being used. We're getting Karrion involved with Drew and Roman, which is a focal point, probably going to be a pretty important point in that match. Like, you're getting mid-card segments, which we'll touch on. That's another topic for later on. But, like, everything feels like refreshed. There's a new take on the WWE, and everything feels almost important. It's being pushed towards us, and almost like 3 hours of Raw feels worth it. Like, you don't sit there and go, oh, the last hour of Raw's on, shit, finally. Like, you're finally sitting there going, oh, we're in the last hour of Raw. Damn, that went quick. Which, fuck me, I've been waiting for that forever. So, still think the show should be 2 hours. But my diamond is the fact that 5 weeks between pay-per-views has been happening for like 3 or 4 months this year. And usually that's a long time. 5 weeks from Mania to Hell in a Cell was ridiculous. We got bored. And then we finally got to Seth and Cody, and we were like, okay, cool. Or Mania to whatever it was. WrestleMania Backlash to Hell in a Cell, I think it was. It was 5 weeks, and it was like, this is, like, come on. We don't need this. So I'm glad that Triple H is making it feel important again, the booking. The Dookies, on the other hand. Now, this doesn't help.
Can I quickly jump in for a second?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it.
So just with the whole, I feel like one thing Triple H has done very well as well. I know this is your diamond segment and stuff, but I do want to talk about this because he's very good at cliffhangers.
You're right.
Since Raw with the car, right?
Oh yeah.
And then we had no idea what was happening. They didn't mention anything at all. And I think maybe like 30 minutes or an hour later, had the security run past, the interview with Alexa Bliss and stuff.
Yeah.
And we still didn't know what was going on. We had no idea. It was all a cliffhanger, and I enjoyed that. And at the end of the show, we saw Dexter Lumis in the crowd being taken out by security. We still don't know what's happening. It's all a big cliffhanger, and I actually really enjoy it because it makes me interested to watch Raw this week to see like what's going to happen this week with Dexter Lumis. Is he going to show up? Is he going to, have an interview? Is he going to have a match? Like, what's happening with Dexter?
100%.
Do we reckon the two are tied? The car and Dexter?
Yeah, I think they have to be, right?
I mean, It's weird, right? Because like that car crash was backstage, but he comes through the crowd.
There's a lot of
We were so confused, but it was very good. The cliffhanger stuff is really and truly amazing, and keep it up, honestly.
There's a lot of like theory crafting of like Dexter did it to get Candice and Indy in the tag tournament because he crashed Doudrop and Nikki Ash's car. So like, maybe they won't show up on Raw, the kind of thing, you know. But I think they're versing Alexa and Asuka, so I don't think Candice and Indy win if they do that. But I mean, it'd still be cool to see them come back, you know. So
whoever came up with that theory is an absolute genius.
Yeah, right. I don't even know who it was. Shout out to whoever it was on Twitter. Sometimes you guys can be good on Twitter, but yeah,
sometimes.
You're right though. Like it makes us want to come back and watch the weekly product, and that's the biggest thing. It is still a soap opera, essentially. It's a soap opera with physical movements, like. They don't sit there and go, oh my God, my husband died today. And then music plays. Instead, it's like, oh my God, who is the father to Mark Henry's baby? And then she has a hand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But at the same time, they try it on AEW, which perfectly leads into my dookies, and it doesn't work. My dookie this week, this sounds horrible. My dookie this week, hold up. My shit this week. My dookies this week. Is AEW consistently feeling the need to use ex-WWE main event players in their title scene? And then in big capital letters I have written here, anyone over Jericho, brah. And then in little quotation marks, despite it being an okay match. It actually was an okay match. Frog and I watched it and we were like, actually Jaw was there too. I think Goddess was too, surprisingly. And we were like, wow, this is actually a pretty good match. It's probably like a 4 stars. Like, it's not a bad match at all. But it didn't need to be Jericho. And we just touched on this before, so this is not a very big point. I don't have to elaborate on this, but they're constantly using the ex-WWE guys in their main event, just like WCW did, which then put Hogan with the belt and then put Nash with the belt and then did a whole bunch of that, and then they went downhill because David Arquette became champion and they sold out. So I'm saying if a celebrity shows up in AEW because they think it's the thing to do and wins the main title and he can't wrestle, well, we know what's going to happen. They'll go out of business. At least that'll be fun.
I was going to say, surely a question for next week's pod is like, what celebrity would you have win the main title on AEW?
None of them.
That's
celebrities out.
That's a great question, actually. So someone take what Frog just wrote and add it at us on Twitter. That way we can remember it. There you go. Because we won't. Yeah, We're useless. We don't listen to our own stuff back. Why would we? Got them.
I do sometimes.
You know what I just realized?
Yeah, what did you just realize, Jordan?
I'm looking at the championship reigns, right, for like the main title.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone Chris Jericho, John Moxley, Kenny, Adam Page, CM Punk. All right, cool, nice. CM Punk. Shut up. CM Punk, John Moxley, right?
Yeah.
Nearly all of them former WWE. Kenny Omega in a fucking power position with the company, and then Adam Page is just fuck. I don't know. He won it, I guess.
He's like their only genuine
power
one
position, right?
Maybe.
AEW, from my knowledge.
He might be
part of that.
He might be
part of that cool group, you know.
Stop that. It's a cool group.
All right. I mean, he is though, right? Him, Kenny, and the Bucks are kind of like that group in AEW, you know?
Yeah.
So
you're right.
Winning a title, you kind of just expect. But like, again, WWE talent is majority of the title owners there. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, because then you've got people like, who was it? Was it Darby that was saying something like, oh, what would it be like over in the other side? Like if I was to test it out there.
Yeah, he was asking
and
backstage.
Yeah,
and then Goldust went on Twitter, is like, hey, if you want to go there, then fucking leave. And it's like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, what the hell? Dustin Rose was going in on Twitter, man. That boy woke up and chose violence. He was not feeling some type of way.
But I don't blame him for feeling that way. Like Darby is just like, he's one of the original people there. He helped make AEW what it is. And then they're bringing in people who have a name instead of the people that gave the company a name, you know?
100%.
Like, the 4 pillars, one of them's already off TV. Another one's looking to get out of their company. It's falling apart. They're relying on too many people that were, this is going to sound toxic, irrelevant on WWE TV that no one really cared about. I'm going to be honest, Rusev wasn't really doing much. So, I mean, like...
That's true.
I don't know. He wasn't doing much. Ember Moon wasn't doing much. But then all of a sudden they go over to the other side and there's like this big deal for whatever reason.
Brother, it's been like 5 months and is it Miro now? Yeah, Miro still can't find his wife. Nice.
Yeah, right.
That's the story, and everyone knows because it's predictable, right? It's like another woman. It's like, oh, Lana, cool. The person that no one gave a shit about in WWE, cool. Another person.
The one that doesn't want to take a bump but wants to wrestle.
Which is even weirder, right? Because like we've had maybe probably like 8 months. We'll say from December. Like since December, you've had like Miro, Andrade, Aleister Black, Buddy Murphy. They're all re-signed over there, or all signed over to AEW. And then Triple H gets put in charge and they're all like, oh, we want out of the company. Like, bro, it looks a little sus, right? Andrade unhappy with his position. Miro unhappy with his position. Both of them used on TV last week, so there's really no excuse for them. Well, I don't know. I guess I think there's some problems backstage, and I think it all starts with head management. Apparently, Tony Khan might be a bit hard to work with. I only have one source on that, and the source is Ringside News, so take it as you want. I know he hates AEW, but it is still a verified news account. So if he's a problem to work with, AEW have some problems. But enough shitting on AEW, I guess, because we've been doing that for 20 minutes now, and our AEW fans are immediately going to give us 1 star and leave. So unlucky. But we're going to move into our topic. What the fuck did I just say? Our second topic. Yeah, our topic. I need some of Jordan's special sauce. We're going to move into our special topic. Okay, I'm all fucked up now. Nice.
All right, nice.
You okay?
We're going to move into our second topic. That's what I'm trying to say. This one's a big one. And I'm going to give this one to Jordan immediately because this is Jordan's favorite. Oh, I heard the door knock. I swear to God, if that's his partner.
It was.
It is.
Okay,
Confirmed.
well,
That's
okay,
it.
Confirmed.
All right, confirmed.
Podcast ruined.
Everyone in the YouTube comments, go type down there, Jordan's partner, stay out of the room for an hour. Thank you. Everyone on podcast, go to Jordan's Twitter, @JordanSC, and tell him he smells. Yeah, I'll bring it up because it's probably something you and I can discuss a little bit in depth until Jordan gets back. And this topic is what I had to start the show, but I figured we'd do the AEW one first because it was the more down of the two topics.
Flipped. I just saw it, so I was
The topic is, with Midcard titles getting more love from Triple H, will we see a new division for both belts ushered in? Will we see new faces ushered in as the number 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 contenders? Are we going to finally get rid of some of these Shinsuke going for the IC title for nearly a year and a half? What will happen here? Because they're getting some prestige, man. Like 2 video packages for the IC, 2 for the US, 2 title matches for the US back to back. Obviously, Bobby AJ tomorrow. Bobby and Ciampa last week. You've now got Gunther, Gunther. There you go. He just defended against Shinsuke. What's next for Gunther now? Like these titles are getting some prestige. So are we finally going to see a new division pushed in? Will we get some Bobby Roodes? Will we get some people that aren't being used often?
Oh, surely.
I don't know if you said this, but the fact that Gunther and Shinsuke main evented SmackDown, as well as like the promos pretty much throughout the entire show, like that's a huge deal.
Legit.
Seeing as like the last time that title was relevant and there's going to be favoritism to shit was when Miz held it. Since Miz lost it, no one's given a fuck about it. Legit.
I mean, it
hasn't been relevant
accurate
since like 2015, 16.
When did it change design?
Oh, that would have been
right?
A little bit before it.
It might have been just before. I think because Braun had it, right? The new design in front of fans when he versed Sami, Cesaro, and Shinsuke, and he stacked them all on top of each other.
Oh god,
Was
I don't remember. That's Braun. I would have been asleep, bro.
Yeah, truth. Yeah, that's the only mention that idiot gets on this podcast. But I think it was around then when they changed it. But like, think about that. They changed the design in 2019, maybe late 2019, and it just like no one cared anymore. It just became that title that was like, okay, well, if you can't win anything else, I guess you can win the IC title. So
it looks so ugly.
At least
so I don't know if you've seen, by the way. I don't know if you've seen, but apparently Vince wasn't happy with Gunther when he first debuted, and they wanted to bury him.
Yeah, apparently there's a breakup coming on the way. Him and Ludwig.
Ludwig Kaiser. But yeah, that's crazy to think of because he's a big guy, and Vince loves his big guys. So
I reckon
think his problem was like
he slimmed down.
I think his problem, he was a big guy. I think that's Vince's problem, right? Like he wasn't big like Otis big, but he was like not super skinny, muscles all over. You can see the veins, and that's kind of like Vince's dude, right? So like if someone's in the middle, I can just imagine Vince backstage saying some shit like "oh, some white pile" or some shit like that. I don't know, but like I don't know. It's good to see good changes, you know?
Yeah.
Especially with like all that shit and the rumors of how Vince was backstage and in creative, and I don't know. It's good to see talent being used as talent.
It's good to see the IC and US championships and hopefully the women's tag championship, but we'll leave that for now. We'll talk about that closer to Clash. It's good to see the mid-card titles, I'll use that word, actually being in main event spots and having prestige packages, and like Ciampa with the Harley race robe and all that kind of stuff, like Shinsuke with the black and gold NXT gear. Like there's a lot of stuff that's like, it just feels like maybe now that Triple H is in charge, the belts are finally meaning something, and not just not being defended since WrestleMania 38. Which one? 37, right?
37, I think, right?
Maybe.
That's disgusting. The last time the IC title was defended on a pay-per-view, WrestleMania 37, Big E and Apollo. That is disgusting. That ain't right.
And that music match, right?
Yeah, where Dabba-Kato debuted, or Commander Aziz, debuted and cost Big E the match. But like, think about that. That's 2 years. Pretty much. It's almost 2 years. That's crazy. That's what the hell? Like, huh? That doesn't make any sense. So hopefully we see the IC title booked at Clash of the Castle, and we get Gunter in front of his UK fans because he's got a lot of them. But what happens with AJ and Bobby this week? Where do you reckon that goes? Do you reckon Bobby's going to the main title scene with Karrion and Drew and Roman? Is AJ going to take the US Championship?
Yeah, surely. I think like
Nice.
I look back at when AJ was US champ against Kevin Owens. Like I think it was like a house show he won it.
Yeah, it was. It was Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, something like that. But like he was good with the mid-card title. He was the same with the IC title as well. Like the mid-card title, he can make work. You put him up against people like I don't know. I don't think Wesley's done much in NXT. Bring him up, Wesley versus AJ. That'd be a good match with a title on the line. Makes the match a bigger deal. I can see AJ being like that guy that when NXT starts bringing in people, he can give them a good match, have people talk about that match, and all of a sudden that person's now a star coming in. Like, I think that'd be good. Like, whereas Lashley, he's kind of like the champ that won't lose, especially like to a smaller guy. So I don't know, like him versus Ciampa, for example, right? Really wanted Ciampa to win, but I mean, the size difference, it just wasn't going to happen. There's no way that would have made Bobby lose to Ciampa, you know?
I mean, even when you think back to like 2017, 2018, when Seth had that IC title and Brock had the main Raw title and was like, not on Raw ever, Seth kind of elevated that title and made it feel like it was useful. He was the champion to elevate it. I'm not shitting on Bobby Lashley. I like Bobby Lashley, but I don't think Bobby Lashley can elevate a title to the level of AJ Styles.
No, absolutely not.
So put the US on AJ, have him defended against people like Ciampa, Miz, Wesley, Carmelo, Grayson Waller, like all these people from NXT that could have banger matches with him, and give him that last run before he, decides to go maybe a little bit less full time, because obviously he's getting up there with age and he can still go, but he's got a big family, and I know he probably wants to spend some time with that family too. So I can see him wrapping up in the next 5 years or so. So I reckon give him a title run and just have him elevate that division for the longest time possible.
Yeah, I could see AJ being like a trainer or something eventually, because he trained Logan Paul, right?
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, and Logan Paul wrestled a fucking amazing match both times, especially at SummerSlam.
If I had to fantasy book that division, I would fantasy book Theory cashing in for the US title this week on Raw.
Cashing for the US, okay.
Because he's like obsessed with it and it's his baby, and then Theory holds that until Mania and versus Cena for it, and that's my fantasy booking. But that's just a fantasy booking. I just do that because I don't think Theory's ever going to hold that main title now that Triple H is in charge.
Is that a part of the contract, by the way?
What?
Cashing in on the US belt?
I don't know. Can you cash in whatever belt you want?
I don't know.
I think it's one of the two, right?
That was Rumble, actually, that you could cash in on whatever. So. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Okay. I really don't know. I'm not too sure. It'd be cool to have it happen, though. First time in history. So, I don't know. Well, I guess we'd have to see. But at least it feels like, thank God for us as wrestling fans, that the mid-card titles are getting some love, because Roman has those other two hostage. And until they break them both up and put one on each show, well, we're not going to have...
soon, though, right? Because the USA still not happy that there's no main title on Raw.
Yeah. So that actually is a perfect segue for our third topic, but we're going to pause there and go into our favorite segment.
Pause there.
Which is called...
Let's go.
Froggy's fucking trivia. No, I don't know. We still haven't named it yet.
Whoa.
We still haven't named it yet. I mean,
stop cussing, mate. All right. PG show.
Surely you call this let's fuck with Frog, and then we win. Yeah? I'm saying?
Shocky Vicky.
I like it.
This week's going to be a little different.
Oh,
it's Froggy's game show, all right? For now, Froggy's game show, all right? Because I'm a big game show fiend. I love game shows, all shapes and sizes. But this week, it is Guess the Lyric.
Oh! Okay.
I'm sorry, did I just say all shapes and sizes for game shows?
You did, yeah.
I did.
Yeah, right.
Game shows can be big or small, Jordan. Don't discriminate.
No, it's just the way you said it. It's like all shapes and sizes. A game show is a game show, brother. But okay,
sure. That's it. Jordan's cancelled.
They're not. They're different.
What?
They're different, okay?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so what I'm going to do, actually, you guys are going to need buzzers as well, so make sure you get your buzzers ready. But what I'm going to do...
Fuck.
Yeah, you're going to buzz in. You're going to buzz in and tell me if you know the lyric for that certain superstar.
I liked it more when it was directed at us, and then if we got it wrong, the other one had to answer.
No, so this time around, I'm going to read out a lyric.
Okay.
Or I'm going to read out like the lyrics for the verse or chorus, whatever.
Yeah.
And then first person to buzz in and guess that superstar gets a point.
Oh, shit. All right.
So I will say this is current day superstars. So you won't be getting like Rikishi, or Scotty Hottie and stuff like that.
Ah, fuck. I like those
So you won't
songs.
be getting Turn It Up, banging it. You won't get stuff like that.
I would have got that one right.
All right. So let's start it off with the first one. Make sure your buzzers are working. I want to hear them, boys.
Ha! There you go.
Okay, nice. So Jordan.
I'm probably just gonna say yep. I don't know. I'll be like those people from the Storage Wars, like yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, don't do Storage Wars. It's a great
It's
show.
a great show. I'm not dissing it. I'm taking interest, inspiration from it.
So I'm not going to sing these, by the way. I'm just going to speak them.
All right.
So, first one. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
What is it?
Burn it down.
No.
Shit.
You
I'll
idiot.
keep
Let,
going.
let him complete the song
What?
before you answer.
Yeah. I just wanted to beat you. Shut
You
up.
Ah, well.
bastard.
The next one. Whoa. 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 Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
What the hell is this?
Do
you want me to sing it? If
Uh-huh.
I sing it, you're both going to get it.
Is there more lyrics than just whoa, hey, 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 hey?
No, just whoa and hey, hey, hey.
What
That's
the
it.
fuck?
For the whole song. Current day superstar. It goes. I'll sing it for you. Ready? Whoa.
Becky Lynch.
There you go.
That's one to me, baby.
Nice.
I hated
one to
him. What
you.
was that?
That's one for
That
the
was
bad
stuff.
guy.
I
This
thought
is
you would
some
get that
shit.
straight away. The other ones are actual lyrics, but I figured for the meme, you guys would get that straight away, but I guess not.
We did not know. We
Why?
suck. We're washed up.
It was me. Why would you not just say Becky straight away? I'm a big Becky fan, guys.
She said,
Come on.
"Whoa."
Well, yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to
Next
lie.
one.
My first thought was to buzz in and go, smoke mirrors, Jordan.
Nice. Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Number 2. You got your rules and your religion.
Oh,
Old.
Randy
Deej.
Orton.
That is Randy Orton indeed.
Let's
Why
go.
was I thinking of Rick Astley?
Huh?
You
got your rules.
Oh my God. We've just rickrolled the podcast, bro.
Nice. Well,
Oh, God.
Deej 2 up. Nice. Number 3.
George got to win this, right? Because there's only 4 questions?
I don't know.
There's 5 in total.
Oh, okay. George, all right, George got a buffer. He's got a buffer. It's fine.
I mean, hey, maybe the last one can be for 10 points. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
Last, number 3. I'm a Mack truck. Don't
Huh.
get run over.
AJ.
Yeah.
Damn, George,
Damn.
George, do you want to play or no?
I don't know what we're doing.
Alright, you know what? Jordan might know this one.
Yeah,
So
give it to George. Give it to George.
you ready? Jordan,
The
if
Miz.
you don't know this one, no.
He just answers the Miz.
No. Okay, well. Are you ready? Number 4. Look in my eyes.
Cult of personnel. Is it Sam Punk?
No, it's not.
You bitch.
Look in my eyes, no fear. It's
What?
the big man time in the place right here.
What
Is
the?
that- Omar's?
It is a must, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. That was a good one, actually.
Homage,
Get
I
you
mean.
out.
This man, this
baby.
man went straight for CM Punk and got it wrong.
Tell me that I had zero
Nice.
right to think that.
I
Tell
mean,
me. Tell me I had zero right.
you had the right to think it, but it was only
That's
you.
why I
It was
paused,
only
so
you
I'm like-
answering, so you
I
could have just
don't-
waited.
I don't know how many songs start with "Look in my eyes." So shush.
Well,
It's
this
all right,
one
I
can
just
be for
projected through
5
this, it's
points.
fine.
Anyone can win. Whoever gets this right is the champion.
Oh, this is fucked up.
You see the future right in front of your eyes, heading to the top, but it's not a surprise. Not in my eyes. Knew it and I dreamt it as a child. My style, hostile. Watch the crowd get loud. I'm ready to take over. We've got work here from the start to the day's
Yes.
over.
Austin Theory. Oh, date.
All day. Yes, it is Austin Ferry. Ding, 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 George.
What the
Suck my
fuck?
doodle, idiot. I win.
That's
the comeback
wild,
of the
bro.
century. Ski ski.
Damn, Jordan knows that, but he doesn't know. Apparently,
Yeah,
AJ Styles,
but we
Randy
know-
Orton.
We all know the real winner here. It was 3-2. Deej wins. We all know it.
It wasn't 3-2.
It was. It was 3-2.
What, no, what were the points for the last one again?
Nothing.
1.
Yeah. See.
Don't change it. Don't change it.
One.
No,
So that,
don't change it.
that's 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row.
In a row.
2 weeks in a
Technically,
row.
I did say it was for 5 points. Jordan does get the W. So, in other words, 1-1 for both of you, by the way.
Yeah,
Each one
somehow.
week.
This is-
Jordan the other week.
This is the Montreal screw job all over again.
No, suck no. Just be smarter.
Hey,
It's going to
make
be
it exciting, you know.
Frog's going to come out next week and go, Deej, screw Deej. This is fucked
No,
up.
Don't hate. Do better.
Also, if you did get that right at home, feel free to tweet us at Dropkickz AU.
Yeah, if you actually buzzed in before us and got some of those, shout out to you because they weren't that easy. I think 2 of them were. The 2 that I got right essentially were okay. But the last couple were pretty wild, not going to lie. That Austin Theory one, I was going to be like Austin Theory, but I was waiting for you to say burn like a kettle.
No,
I was waiting for it.
It's a new theme.
Yeah, I know, yeah. I was waiting for the meme though, because Jordan Noah is like, burn like a kettle and unforgettable.
Unforgettable. I was going to say that. I'm like, nah, it's way too easy.
God's sakes. Oh, well, Jordan wins 1-1 next week, Jordan.
Yay.
The dead rubber match. Yeah. It means the winner, naked, on stream.
Oh.
Dropkickz.
Whoa.
Twitch.tv/Dropkickz. AU. I don't know if there's the AU in it. I don't know. I'm talking shit right now. I don't know.
I think Twitch does, yes.
Oh, nice. We should start using that more. Maybe we'll
do
a...
we should, huh?
Yeah, we should. We had the idea of using it, didn't we, Jordan?
Maybe we'll do
made it, like, when we first started talking about the Dropkick stuff, I made that, and then you're like, oh, why'd you do that for?
Shut up, Jordan.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe we'll do a live pod over there one of these weeks, because this is like a completely audio one. So this is technically kind of like a Spotify only. So maybe we'll make up for that by doing a live one on Twitch, and you can come interact and ask us questions live. That'd be kind of cool. With that being said, it's Q&A time. I'm not going into our last topic yet. We're going into Q&A, because if we go into the last topic, then Q&A, then George segment, I feel like, well, the show ends too high, and we need to kind of space that out a little bit, all right? So, Q&A. Jordan, I'm asking this question to you, all right?
Okay.
This is from Sebas-Spunk, because we love him.
Sebas-Spunk.
Sebas, shout out. This is from you. You asked this 2 days ago, actually. You said, name with an emoji, one. You put the one emoji because it's Sebas. Name one wrestler you'd like to see win the world title under Triple H's creative, and you cannot answer Bobby Roode.
You bitch.
Yeah.
Can I explain why Bobby Roode and then go into my actual answer?
Didn't you explain it on the last week's pod?
I'm doing it again.
Okay.
So, split the titles, have one of them turn into the big gold, bring a SmackDown, bring in some talent which haven't been used. And I don't think we've seen Bobby Roode on TV since the Triple H stuff. Maybe there's something up in there. Who knows?
Yeah, true.
He was all suited up with the NXT Championship in NXT, which looked fucking sex. Do that on the main roster, brother. But for the main title now, shit, I don't know. Carrion? I think that's just everyone's default answer, right?
Yeah,
Carrion Cross.
That would be cool. I agree with that.
Not me.
Oh, Frog got a different one?
I would have said Finn. Give it back to him because
Finn.
Man only held it for like not even a day, dude.
Bro, the last thing Finn did was put on pants. What do you mean? What has he done since?
That's true, actually.
Sure she had, but I think he deserves it. Man needs to have a proper reign.
I'd like to see Finn like get that title, maybe, but not with his current gimmick. I don't like this whole evil Finn gimmick. Go back to being face Finn, you know. Bring back the demon, maybe. I don't know. Do something cool. I'm not really a big fan of Judgment Day, but that's just me. Judgment Day just aren't for me. I wasn't even a fan of Edge's Judgment Day. It just felt a bit washed up, to be honest. But I still think
worse, give it back to AJ or something.
So yeah, it's a good question asked by Sebas, because it's like one of the best questions going around right now is like Triple H with head of creative, like anything can happen. So everyone's like, what's going to happen? Who would we want to see booked? All that kind of stuff. So it's actually a good question. Adam Sandler? Huh?
Huh?
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, Frog.
Uh-oh.
And obviously, Joy can answer this too afterwards, but this is specifically for Frog because I want to test your thinking brain. This is from Phil Ferrito, Mr. Ferret himself.
Oh, no, I hate this.
He says, break up a tag and form a tag. What do you do?
Well, a former tag? Like, what? You want me to put a former tag together into a tag that's breaking up?
No, like form a tag team, like make a tag team and then break up a tag team.
Form a tag team and break up. So obviously, Street Profit's going to get broken up.
Yeah, good man.
Honestly, that's the only answer. And form a tag team?
Yeah, who you putting together?
I don't know. That's
why I asked
difficult.
you, yeah.
I literally don't know. I think the only thing I said a while ago was having. I'm a Finn mark, okay? I said Finn and AJ. Get Finn away from Judgment Day. But if I couldn't choose them, then I would have no idea.
I mean,
no,
it works. It does work. I would happily say break up Judgment Day as well, because that shit sucks.
Yeah, Judgment Day is a terrible thing.
But
the good thing about it is Rhea, so.
I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the books because, you know, I like to be that guy. I'm saying break up, Control. I know they just debuted. Break them up. Don't need it. We don't need a 3-person faction on that roster, I don't think. I know their plan is to have the women's titles be involved in this somehow too, but I don't think it's necessary.
Legitimately a build to get Toxic Attraction versus Control.
It probably is, but I don't think it's necessary. I think if you break them up, Io and Dakota can do their own solo matches. They don't technically need to be stuck on Raw under Bailey's control, quotation marks. But with that being said, I actually like Control. So I'm kind of being a hypocrite here and kind of contradicting myself, but I think break up Control for the sake of it. That'd be fun. And throw a tag together. Oh, shit.
That's hard on the
There's
spot.
one that's been spoken about by everyone, and one of you's better say it.
Here you go, Jordan. This is for you. Bobby Roode and James Storm. Be
I mean,
money.
that'd be cool, but that's not what I was thinking.
Give me be money, baby. Jordan, what do you got? Who are you breaking up? Who are you putting together?
Break up Street Profits,
Yeah.
put together, DIY.
Oh, okay.
No one has been saying it, but Gargano's been
Gargano's
rumored
not
for
signed.
weeks. What do you mean? There's been rumors about him for weeks. There's even
I've-
references of him going down to NXT. Let him put Grayson Waller through a table, then he fucks off to the main roster, and then DIY.
Yeah, I guess that's how it ended, right? Was Grayson attacking him in NXT, and then he just went off.
Yeah, and put him through a table. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You got a Gargano brain about you. I like that. We have one more question, and this is to anyone really who wants to answer this, because this is kind of
buzzers.
it's kind of a smaller one.
Yeah.
Hey, you stole my buzzer. Give it back. All right, this is from AP. I think we answered one of AP's questions the first week, didn't we? Yeah,
I think we did, yes.
Yeah,
I think it was the first ever question.
we did. Unlucky, but he's asked a good question, so we're doing it again. He says, do you think they will add to Hit Row? And if so, who should they add?
Ha! No.
Oh,
Next question.
no. It's worth mentioning. It is worth mentioning. Obviously, Hit Row came back, but they started calling themselves the OG3, implying
The
maybe
OG3.
maybe they could expand one day. Everyone wants to see Carmelo and Trick Williams be called up and join them. I agree, that'd be awesome. There's a big dynamic there, but like, I
But he
don't.
replied about that on Twitter, though. He's like,
Yeah,
it's
but-
not happening.
Yeah, but it's because he's the NA champion currently. If he loses that, he'll do whatever Pup H says, honestly.
I just kind of feel like if you're calling yourself the OG3 and then you bring in more people, that just kind of feels like an attack on the people you're bringing in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't reckon it's
exactly. So-
necessary yet. It might be in the future, but right now I think Top Dollar and Ashanti could easily win the tag team championships off the Usos and just have B-Fab be their manager. I don't think she needs to wrestle yet.
Well, turn Hit Row into like a faction.
I mean, it's kind of what they are, isn't it?
I mean, not really. Like, you wouldn't put BFAB with one of them in a tag team. She's more like a manager at the moment, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that's more like a tag team, not a faction. But like a faction of like 5 people or something, you reckon?
Oh, it'd be okay. I mean, I would love to see Carmelo and Trick be called up and be a part of Hit Row, because I feel like that'd be insane. They're kind of missing that one solo star. I feel like they need, because Ashanti and Top Dollar obviously are the tag, and Swerve was the solo star, but obviously Swerve's on AEW. So I don't know what they do, but I think for now they're fine. I don't think they need to add anyone to it, but who knows, man? Things are happening per week that we just can't actually guess, which is actually kind of nice.
Oh, I just thought of someone.
Who'd you think of?
MVP.
That'd be cool. But
What if MVP was to, like, manage them or something?
Well, he's with Amas, so do you add Amas to it as well?
Is Omas active?
Yeah, he was on Raw. He was in a handicap match and squashed 2 people.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Omas could go well without MVP. I don't really think he needs him. Whereas like Hit Row, I can see MVP fitting right in there, just being like their manager or something.
Amas could
I
just
don't
like
managers?
Amas could just turn on MVP, like just hand plan him or something in the ring and just be like, "No, I'm sick of you. I don't need you. You haven't won me any championships," and then just go solo. Could work. That means that MVP would be a
happened,
part
I
of
feel like
Row.
I feel like people just complain that this is the Hurt Business 2.0.
Yeah, they probably
Fuck
would.
those people.
Yeah, fuck
Look,
those
It
people.
would happen. It's the RWC, bro. Come on, man.
I mean, us theory crafting this is an absolute great way to segue into our last topic before we go to Jordan's Rage, which I don't know what's called yet. Jordan's Spicy Sauce, whatever the hell we're calling it. Our
The
last
shit
topic.
list.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You called it the shit list. I don't like that, but that's fine. There's a lot of Dookie-related stuff on this. We're talking about poos a lot,
Yeah.
huh?
Well, nice.
Our last topic, speaking of poos, this is not poo. This is the opposite. What's the opposite of poo? Good, I guess. But
the opposite of poo.
Is food because food's the opposite of poo, right?
Stop that.
This is the opposite of poo.
I mean, you're right. I guess this is piss then, huh? Just shout out our friend Chance. That's pisser. That's what he'd say. Our last topic is what's in store for the upcoming WWE draft. It's rumored to be just after Clash at the Castle. We spoke about it a little bit with the titles breaking up. What's going to happen? I mean, if Drew wins, well, the fucking belts stay unified, don't they? If Roman wins, the fucking belts stay unified as well. How do you fix this? Well, how do you get a belt back on Raw? Because fuck me, they're making this for both titles. They haven't announced the thing. There was a little segment thing with Paul saying he doesn't think Roman can beat Drew and he wants to make it for just one title and make that a contract. But I don't think that was an official post or anything. So it might just be Paul Heyman storytelling on Twitter as he always does. What the fuck do you do in the draft to solve this problem?
I mean, you could probably USA's Raw, right?
I think so, yeah.
So you could probably have Roman hold it, right? And then maybe like, I don't know, whoever's GM for Raw can come up like, hey, look, we need a champion here. Have a tournament, bring all the people from the roster. Have like, I don't know, maybe the normal matches happening during the week are now championship qualifier matches.
Okay.
That way you want to watch the matches. So say like the smaller people, like the people who haven't won the championships or like are new, it gives them a chance to sort of have more people watching them and it actually means something for that match. Do that up until the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view happens and then have like maybe a one-on-one match. Whoever wins that wins a returning title, the big gold.
I don't know. You and your big gold.
What they're going to do? Because USA do win that main title, they're going to draft Roman to Raw. And then that way Fox will then complain saying, oh, now we want a title, and that gives them extra months to just organize something.
I mean, this implies that Roman wins.
Yeah. I don't think he's losing to Drew.
Really? In UK, you think Roman's winning?
In the UK, I think Roman's winning, yeah.
Holy shit, Frog's a heel. My God.
Yeah.
I mean, Roman's a heel, right? What better way to build up a heel than he already is than to beat a crowd favorite in his hometown?
Well, I mean, confirmation pretty much, it was pretty much 100% confirmed. Confirmation pretty much came from Triple H like last week that Rock and Roman is still 100% in place for Mania this year coming. So
there's no way they don't do that without titles. It's Rock and Roman. Come on, man.
It's surely got to be without the titles though, because they did it for the title with Cena and it was dookie.
I mean, I would enjoy it without a title, but this is your biggest superstar versus your biggest Hollywood attraction.
That's why I think it doesn't need a title though, because if the title is booked, it kind of makes it feel like we know Roman's winning.
Yeah, but it's WWE in the day.
Change perspective on it though. Don't think of it like that match needs a title. Think of it like that title can be put on another match and make that match mean something.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah. I think I'd like to see the title not be in that match. If it is in that match, of course, that's fine. But I'd love that title to be like, I don't know, Drew versus Karrion, Cody versus Seth for the two solo titles, and then have Roman and Rock be the main event without anything on the line, just like Rock and Hogan.
I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't have as much meaning if it was just Roman and Rock without a title. I mean, for us, we would love it. It'd be so much better. But in the WWE eyes and the fans of like children and stuff, I guess, they probably want a title. And makes it mean something.
You could be right. The
kids aren't going to care about titles. So I think the kid's going to be like, oh, that's the dude from that one movie that I watched.
He's unstoppable.
I mean, God's sake.
That's got to
I mean, shit. Even the tag titles will have to be broken up. If there's a draft coming, they can't have an undisputed tag champion. Well, they can, but they won't. So, like, maybe Hit Row wins the SmackDown championships, and then Usos are on Raw, or I don't know what happens there. I really don't. It's too hard to call, which is I like about wrestling because finally it's back to being unpredictable. But at the same time, I think they've kind of put themselves in a rut, or Vince has put them in a rut, and now Triple H has to clean it up because like there's a lot of undisputed championships here that kind of don't make a lot of sense.
It's just crazy that on Raw there's only 2 titles.
Yeah. Yeah, legit. 24/7's in the bin, so get rid of that.
Yeah, it's in the bin, doesn't count. So you got your Raw and you got your US. So
God damn, you got the women's championship, which is involved in a triple threat or a trio, so it's not even being defended, and you've got the US, which might not be defended at Clash. Who knows? So yeah, interesting. I don't know how Triple H is going to fix that, but the draft makes me excited. I won't lie. I like the prospect of a draft. I hope it's actually they wrestle for like the matches, like the winner gets a draft pick for his brand. I would like that. Like I don't know.
Would be your top 3 picks to swap brands.
Drew to Raw, Seth to SmackDown. I want to do a women's one, but I really don't know. Maybe Bianca to SmackDown, but then I feel like you're swapping 2 main champions. And
the thing is, as well, the SmackDown women's roster is absolute dookie.
Yeah,
you'd have to get Bianca down there, as well as maybe like Asuka or something as well.
I'm gonna say a spicy one. Ready? Drew to Raw, Seth to SmackDown. That's the men's one, and then the female one, I'm going Bianca to SmackDown. So it means her and Liv change, assuming that Liv keeps the title.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
And Toxic Attraction called up to SmackDown, including Mandy.
That'd be great.
Yeah,
I'd be happy with that.
Put a bit more depth over there because the SmackDown Women's Division is not good. You're right. They used them all again this week pretty much, and it was not good. The match sucked. Raquel nearly killed Shotzi with that weird corner move that Jordan nearly vomited on.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
I would have said the exact same thing. I would have said, Seth to SmackDown. Bianca, Toxic Attraction would have been a great shout. I would not have thought of that. But I would have said, like, maybe Asuka or something. But as a male to go to Raw, God, I wouldn't even know. Maybe Sheamus.
I'd like them to not use Cody Rhodes in the draft and make us forget about him.
I think Cody should just stay. Yep.
And then if we forget about him, well, not that we would, but like if the common fan forgets
do you
about
want
him
named at all?
Nah,
I
want him
to call him out.
I want him
Do you reckon
completely
two Cody
unnamed.
surprises in a year?
Well, I mean, Rumble is when he's returning, right? So just make him unnamed, and then
You're gonna give. Yeah, but does that mean you're gonna give Cody Rhodes the Heath Slater treatment?
what do you mean?
Like, why did no one draft me? I'm a free agent.
I mean, it'd be
I
cool,
got
right?
kids.
If he, because like, think about it, Rumble. If the draft is actually a permanent thing, and it goes back to meaning what it did, then the winner of the Rumble has to go for their show's title. So imagine if Cody won as a free agent and could choose who he wanted to go for. It'd add more
If you don't-
stipulation.
But if you don't draft Cody, everyone's gonna blow up about it.
Yeah, hopefully they'll just forget though. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, they won't,
forget.
but
It's
I'm
Cody
hoping.
Rhodes.
Yeah, you're right.
There's not a chance in hell.
Bro, motherfuckers still think he's gonna come in and replace Drew at Clash. Like, bro, he
Cody
just
will
tore his
be,
pec.
top 3.
Like this man
Yeah,
just
no,
tore
he'll
his
come
pec.
back.
It ain't happening. He's gonna need at least another 2 months. Come on, man.
Who
Yo-
is he? John Cena?
You're living in your fantasy land. If Cody Rhodes come back and beaten Roman at Clash,
Ronan.
like, huh?
Ronan tier.
Huh? Supercard.
Nice.
Whoa, confirmed Supercard podcast.
Supercard,
Whoa.
number 1 Supercard streamer.
Wow, no way. That's me.
Being
Oh,
YouTuber?
streamer. Oh, crying face emoji.
Both.
Well,
No.
as of the last week, yes. Thank you, front page.
True.
Nice.
Front page.
Yeah, how
How
good. With that being
Yeah,
said,
how good.
we're oh no, not again. This happened in the first week too.
Dude, why he's doing this to me?
Hashtag Jord for partner. There you go. No, all right.
Okay.
We didn't want that one apparently. We
Oh,
stayed quiet.
no,
So
look,
Just
I-
quiet.
It'd be cool if I get it, but I'm not gonna like sweat it if I don't, you know?
yeah, that's what I said, and then I sweat it and really tried hard. So
Consistency is key.
yeah, just be consistent, Jord. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, camera doesn't work. Restart your computer after this, you
doesn't.
idiot.
No, it's the cable.
Well, wiggle it around.
Wiggle, wiggle,
What?
wiggle.
Yeah, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. With
Yeah,
that
blame
being
Jordan for
said,
cameras this week, by
broken.
the way.
we're at 58 minutes recording.
Okay.
In order to keep this under 1 hour and 15 minutes like last week's was, in order to keep this under that, we're going straight into Jordan. You want to say it?
Jordan's shit list.
Nice.
baby.
The shit list. Who is your target for the shit list this week, Jordan? Last week it was the IWC. Who is it this week?
Yep. Oh, fuckhead Raquel Gonzalez.
Oh, fucking hell. All right. Well, she's never going to like us.
I don't care.
Go crazy. Let us know what you think.
Yeah, all right. Retire. I'm not, okay. Look at it like this,
hell.
right? NXT didn't really give a fuck about her at all, right? Wins the NXT title. Yeah, great, right? Nice, cool, whatever. Goes to the main roster, fucking smiling in muscles. That's it. That's it. She turns around, flexes her back, weird muscle shit, and then that's a gimmick. She turns around, smiles at the camera. Heels come out. She's smiling at the heels. Falling on fucking Shotzi's head. Yeah, good stuff, by the way. You fucking idiot. I don't understand the hype around her at all. I don't know what her gimmick is. I don't know why people like her. She's dating Braun Strowman, so there's probably something up there. But I don't know. I cannot stand her. I don't get the fuss about her. Is it because she's big and tall? Is that it? Is that literally it?
That could be.
I don't get it.
Raquel, if you're listening to this, it's Jordan SC.
At
His
it's
Twitter
Jordan
is
SC
at-
on
it's Jordan
Twitter.
SC on Twitter. He also has
Yep.
a Twitch, which is
My
just Jordan
DMs are
SC.
open. What are you gonna do? My DMs are open.
Don't hurt us, hurt him,
Are
please.
you gonna fucking send me a picture of you smiling? What are you gonna do? You're gonna smile at me and then turn around and show us your muscles. I don't care.
So just for the sake of the podcast, all of our listeners right now that make it through this far, thank you. And also, go to Twitter, type at it's Jordan SC,
Hold
and
on.
send a gif of Raquel smiling at him, please.
You do that, I'll block you.
We will like it on every single social platform we have, including myself and Frog's
Yes.
personal channels and the Dropkickz channel. We love you.
I will block anyone who does that.
And then I'll unblock them. I'll hack his account and do it.
What? Get off my account. Don't delete my cards.
Fucking hell. Oh, fuck. Well, that wraps up week 3. This is third week, right? Yeah, week 3.
Yeah.
We hit 1
Yes.
hour on the dot. Damn, we're getting good at this, dude. I'm saying. I appreciate everyone listening. We appreciate. I shouldn't say I. Jesus Christ, listen to me. We appreciate
It's a group
everyone
effort, you
listening. Yeah, group effort, even though my camera's broken. SC over here, idiot.
Yeah, you're right. Oh no, my camera's broken. I better whip up an overlay for us to use where you have a go at me and tell me to send a fucking link for you because you're too lazy to type it.
Yeah. I didn't want to get a waveform. I didn't want to type in waveform for OBS, but we got it now and it looks all right. So whatever, idiot.
That's literally 8 letters with a space.
If you're watching this, if you're listening to this on Spotify and you can't see the waveform because you're on Spotify, youtube.com/dropkickzau. Go over there, give it a subscribe. There's some more content over there other than just podcasts too. There's some games and stuff. There'll probably be more stuff coming with the more games coming out towards the end of the year, given that everything's getting delayed. Rumble versus Dookie. So that's fun for us. We appreciate you all listening, though. We've had a lot of fun doing this, and we like doing it each week. We're getting a lot of good feedback, too. So join the Discord server. Keep firing questions our way. A lot of stuff gets posted in there, and we talk about the weekly shows and spoilers and whatnot. So if you want to be kept up to date with what's happening on Raw, and, you want that card rundown, then that's where it'll go. But other than that, make sure you check out all of our socials as well. Mr. Bullfrog over here and myself pretty much going ham for the next 3 months on Twitch because we got offered front page for a pretty cool thing. And Jordan's going to be pushing partner whether he likes it or not. So we're going to keep him consistent, get all of us that little purple check mark so we can all flex and have it mean absolutely nothing and continue to be the cool gang. Smiley face.
Yeah, baby.
With that being said, we appreciate you. Hit us with that 5-star rating, that subscribe button, that like button. Comment down below if you feel up to it. Tweet at Jordan Raquel Photos. We love yous. And we'll see you next week. Sure.